welcome in, everybody. Excuse me. Sorry about being late. I had to scarf a little bit of food down, man. I haven't really eaten today. And we'll be is not so epic anymore. Of course, the Lions want to get revenge tonight. But like I said the other day, who are we really getting revenge on? It's not the 49ers that won that game last season. It was the Detroit Lions that lost that game. So if anything, the Lions need to exercise their own demons tonight and get rid of the bad taste that they left Santa Clara with in all their mouth and move forward. Now, I know a lot of people were hoping to see some rest, for players tonight. And honestly, with some of the elevations, you're going to get a little bit. You're going to get a little bit more of a heavy rotation, I think, as opposed to guys just playing, the entire night. I think you're going to see more rotation, but a bit of a surprise with the Lions inactives. So earlier today, I was hopeful that the Lions would bring up just as many of their offensive linemen and defensive linemen as possible, especially given the fact that, all of the elevations, they recharge in the playoffs. They get 3 apiece. Once week 18 is done, all the guys that are on their practice squad, they get to go up again 3 times. And as far as IR, you can return as many as you want in the postseason. So it was a little interesting tonight. Lions inactives tonight. Of course, quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, this is no surprise, but he is listed as the emergency third quarterback. So the Lions are going to utilize the rule for the first time since they helped implement this rule. The Lions are eligible to expand their game day roster from 47 to 48 players today. And that is because of the fact that they declared 7 players for inactivity, but it is because of having 48 eligible to play due to the emergency third quarterback situation. So a little bit of, I guess, maybe a glimpse of what we're going to see come the postseason is Teddy being that third emergency quarterback, which, hey, they're utilizing the rule. It's nice to see. David Montgomery is out. That's no surprise. Offensive guard Coyote Iwasaka is out. Kobe Sorsdahl and Giovanni Manu. I was hoping to at least see, one, if not both, Gio and Coyote, somebody to get up to give this offensive line a little bit of, some rest if needed. Here was the big one for me. Broderick Martin and Jonah Williams. These guys, now, I think Jonah already has 2 elevations, and that could be the reason why is they want to have him available for next week versus the Vikings. So that makes perfect sense. But Broderick Martin, he's just a healthy scratch. Doesn't make any sense to me, especially when you're going into a game. Really doesn't mean anything. I mean, what does it really mean? Other than getting rid of the bad taste in your mouth, I don't think it really means a whole lot. So I would have loved to have seen a couple of these guys up tonight. But I am glad to see the Lions using the emergency quarterback rule to their benefit. Casey says, I disagree with all the media whining about resting players. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence with it. I just want to see more of a rotation tonight. You don't necessarily have to put guys on the shelf, right? But what's wrong with, taking Graham or Kevin Zeitler out for, a series? Excuse me, out for a series. I mean, what's that going to hurt? The nice thing about Jalen Reeves-Maybin being up tonight is the Lions are going to get a good look at just how ready he is. He'll probably be on a pitch count. If he got 25 snaps tonight, played really a whole lot of defense at all, I would be surprised. But I think the Lions want to see where he's at. I think is most important. Brandy Coffee says, I'm going to look for the blue beard in the crowd. Yeah, I forgot to ask Eric where he was sitting. And that would obviously would have helped us. And it's, yeah, I mean, they're probably already in the stadium. Let me text him real quick and ask him where he's sitting. I know he said he got pretty decent seats a long time ago. And speaking of games, so, I've been telling you guys all week and probably last week too that I was done going to games, right? I'm not. I'm going to week 18 now. I guess I can't be away from the Lions locking up the NFC North. I missed it last year because they did it, in Minnesota? So I can't miss it again this year. And I definitely can't miss them getting the 1 seed. I want to see the confetti rain, and I hope that they have confetti or something, streamers, anything, ready to rock and roll, when the Lions take care of it at home next week. Deck Peck says, I agree with Peter Van Larhoven that Sorsdahl was a gamble. I don't think he panned out. Yeah, I don't think he's panned out either. I'm actually quite surprised that he's lasted this long. There must be something that he does right. There must be some level of trust that the Lions have in him to keep him around this long, especially with Jamarco Jones on the roster. I can't imagine that Jamarco Jones is a worse player than Kobe Sorsdahl. Anytime I've seen Jamarco get in, he's played great, especially in the preseason. He played phenomenal. So, Ornery U of M Dad says, it's okay. We all relapse one time or another, Will. Well, every time I go to these games lately, I get sick. I'm on all these crazy medications. It costs $33,000 a month. Yeah, 33 grand. I just found that out the other day. And it makes me sick. It makes me sick. So I just hate getting sick. And when I'm around, 100,000 people, there's a lot of germs. You touch a lot of stuff, you get sick. It doesn't matter how much I wash my hands or how much I try to keep my hands in my pockets. Always picking up some germ somewhere. Oh well. So we'll be in the game next week. Casey says, I saw decent ticks versus the Vikes around 300 before the Packers game. Now, yeah, nosebleeds, man. Standing room, $500 a piece. So is that with fees for next week? I mean, thankfully, I don't have to worry about that. I've got season ticket prices, but hell, even our tickets are going up. You know what I mean? Every season now they're going up. Let's take a look. I'm curious. What are the ticket prices for next week? I am curious now. Standing room only. Oh no. Ticketmaster is saying, sorry, tickets are not currently available online. What does that mean? Are they sold out? Are we finally sold out? Because I've never seen that. I've never seen Ticketmaster not have tickets. Oh, wait. I reloaded and it gave me some options. Honestly, not a whole lot of options, but it gave me some options. It does not look like there's anything in the lower bowl. There's standing room only. And there's 332 and 200, and that's it. So there's quite a few seats up in the nosebleeds. $1,000 for 330. Oh, it's a club seat. Never mind. That's a club seat. That's a club seat. Still, though, what is going on? That is nuts. All right, what about over here? Let's look at the 200s real quick. Oh, there's plenty of tickets in the lower bowl. Why is it not showing me any? Well, let me go to the best seats available. So, non-club seats. Because there's a lot of club seats available. Why are there so many club seats available? That's craziness. All right, so section 331, row 6, $665 before fees. Incredible. Section 105, row 2, $2,000. We're in 105. Let me look and see if my seats are anywhere close. Yeah, right here. My seats, my area would be going for $1,350. That's craziness. But like I told everybody, I'm taking names. Every season ticket holder that I know, I'm checking all of your seats. If you sold them to a Viking, we're going to have a problem. You can't do it, man. This is the biggest game of the year. Who cares about $1,000? I know it's a lot of money to a lot of people, but this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. We cannot relinquish this stadium to a bunch of skull-breathing Vikings fans because they're already coming into this game amped up. I mean, this is crazy that everything is coming down to the Vikings and the Lions. I'm not surprised. I called the Vikings to be where they are, fighting for it, but I didn't expect it to be this bad. I didn't. I expected I expected something else to happen. I really did. I thought that the Vikings would lose at least one other game. More than that, but they didn't. They squeaked them out. So here we are tonight. Let's talk about the rest of the inactives for the 49ers. Quarterback Brandon Allen, running back Israel Abanikanda, offensive lineman Spencer Burford, defensive lineman Khalil Davis, edge Robert Beal, linebacker Dre Greenlaw, and cornerback Charvarius Ward. Says personal. Not real sure what's going on there, but he took a personal day. Maybe something going on in his family or whatever. Wish him the best, whatever it is. No ill will for me, man. You're not going to see me hating on anybody. This is not how I operate. Peter Van Larhoven says, we got to bring it next week. The crowd definitely made a difference last night against the Packers. Eric is in 146 to the right of the tunnel. Okay. I don't remember where he sat last year. I think he might have been in the 300s last year. I don't remember. Got to get those receipts, says Will. I got some receipts, man. I got lots of receipts. Yeah, if you have season tickets, $1,000, it's not really make or break money. I mean, it can be. I'll be honest, like $1,000 2 seasons ago would have paid for at least 3/4 of a season, like 6 games at season ticket prices up in the 200s. Pretty damn good seats too, like row 4. That would have been like a third of a season. Not now. Now $1,000 might get you like 4 games. You're lucky. And especially down on 105, it might get you like 3 games. It's craziness, man. Peter Van Lauren says NFL set it up that way. Hey, if you believe in these narratives, if you believe that there's some sort of pulling of the strings by Roger Goodell and the powers that be, hey, they're all about the Benjamins, man. They want to make as much money as possible. And if you go back and look at one of my very first terrible podcasts that I did, I should probably make them all private. If you go back and look at one of the very first ones from last year where I said the Lions are great for NFL business and that us as Lions fans are just waiting to spend our money. I wish I would have never said that. Because when I said that, things started to go right, which is great. Because that was right after 2022's, beating of the Packers in Week 18. And then it was the very next season, I think I said that. And then you saw tickets go up. You saw party tickets go skyrocket. It's just been crazy. But we are great for NFL business. We've been waiting for this our whole lives. And some people never got an opportunity to witness this. And I feel bad for those people. It does make for great TV, but I'll tell you what, man, it is really supporting the city of Detroit right now. There is so much extra money being spent in the city. A lot of local companies are benefiting from this. And even at the away games now, because we travel so well, we're spending money in cities where maybe the locals aren't. The local guys or the local people that are going to watch those games, they kind of do their own thing. They're not out in the restaurants or the bars typically before a game. I mean, they are, but you know what I mean? In some cities, the way that the stadiums are set up, they're not set up like a downtown scene. Not all of them. Not like Detroit is. Yeah, I kind of spoke it into existence. It's my fault that you guys are all overpaying. I'll take the heat. Why not? Why not? Mark Baylor says Packers are pretenders. Yeah, they didn't give us any help at all. And you know what? It is what it is. The Lions are flexed to another primetime game. They're at home. They don't lose on primetime. Knock on wood. They typically don't lose at home, but we lost, 2 games at home this year. Shouldn't have happened. This is a game we can't lose next week. It's a game we can't lose. Cannot lose. Otherwise, we're back into the 5th seed where we don't want to be. We don't want to be there. I promise you. J-Rod, what's happening, buddy? Nice to see you in here. Brandy Coffee, welcome in tonight. Let's see. Who else we got? Riley O'Brien's in the house. Ornery U of M Dad. Helmet is on the way. Trace, helmet is on the way. Deckpeck's in the house. Jody Carithers, nice to see you in here. Robert Cook, Whiskey Neat. What kind of whiskey do you make neat? Just curious. Are you a bullet guy? Michael Garrity, good to see you in here. He says, I have cheese bread, pizza, twisted teas, and some puffy. I don't know if you want any puffy around. I mean, you might want to call 911 with puffy around. I'm just saying, you got to protect your neck around puffy. Or maybe, another area, another orifice of your body. I'd be a little worried about puffy. Just saying. Just saying. No P. Diddler, says Chris Mason. Definitely not. I got cheese bread and pizza too. I ordered it from my favorite place tonight. As I said, I haven't eaten. I've had one breadstick. One breadstick. That's it. Who else is in here tonight? Brent Lighton's in the house. All right, what questions you guys have? Brent, Better the Hunt's in the house. Daryl Bell. Estela Eves. What questions do we have? Yeah, Peter, I can't do the whole smoking, man. Can't do the smoking. No, it's not Jets or Hungry Howie's. It's a local place just down the road called Gun Lake or Lakeside Pizza on Gun Lake. Lakeside Pizza. They do an excellent job, man. Good homemade pizza. The crust could be better. And I'm old school guy. I like a good coal-fired pizza, and it's so hard to find, especially around here. So what is everyone thinking about this game tonight? The Lions just going to get on it, get the foot on the throat, and not let go, and get out of this game with a win? Does it even matter? Do you even really care? I mean, you're going to find out how much I care once I get into this live stream. And by the way, if you're new into the stream tonight, when we roll into the live stream, there is going to be a mini helmet winner every quarter. Every quarter. It could be Lions trivia of Riley O'Brien if you're listening right now, and if you're going to join tonight, look up some trivia for the Detroit Lions. Get us 4 good questions. You know what we should do? We know what we should have done. Damn it. Why didn't I think of this in the beginning of the season? We should have been doing squares all season long. What was I thinking? We should have been doing squares for every live stream where you could pitch in $10, on one of the apps that I use, and you get in on the squares. That would have been fun. We're going to do that next year for sure. And we'll do it for the playoffs. We're going to do some squares. I think that'll be pretty fun. Man, that would have been great to do all year. But anyway, we're going to give away signed mini helmets tonight like we have all season. We're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the season. Help us by liking the stream. Push it out to a friend. Share it on your social media. Let everybody know if they don't know. Just share it. Just tell people, hey, visit this place. Check them out. If you don't like them, don't subscribe. Brent, did you just call me a square? No, I didn't, Brent, but I mean, if the shoe fits, buddy, I mean, that's up to you. How are the latest raffles doing? We will be ending those very soon. Matter of fact, here, let me check. Everyone that's done raffles, I mean, obviously they've already received all their stuff. That's why we do them live. Oh. Let me log in and see if we hit our goals. I think we are close. Okay. Let's see here. Raffles. We are very close. We've got any jersey of choice. Let me go in and check any jersey of choice. We've got 21 sold, so we are close we need, oh, dang it. I clicked out of it. I'll download this all later, but I think the number that we have to get is at least $150 on the jersey to just at least cover the cost of the jersey, right? Unless I get it donated, which I might this week. What else did we have in there? Panay Sewell's good to go. The Panay Sewell helmet, so we'll do that tomorrow. And don't forget, you've got, Triumph coffee in there. I'm releasing all the other coffee this week. At some point, I just got to get one more label made. So we'll do the Panay Sewell mini helmet tomorrow on the Rise and Grind morning show at 9 a.m. We start at 8 a.m., but we'll do the raffle at 9 a.m. And then any jersey of choice, what you get is typically if I get the jersey donated, that's different. Otherwise, I send out a gift certificate to your email, and you can just go in and buy your own jersey. That's usually the easiest way to do it. So anyway, tonight, what do we expect? I got to be honest. I don't even know what to expect tonight. There are so many injured players on the 49ers roster. Are the 49ers even going to show up? Probably. I'm a little bit surprised that Brock Purdy's even playing in this game. To me, that tells me, do they not believe that he's the future of this team? That's my question. Do they not believe that Purdy is the future of their team? Why do you have him playing in this game? I don't get it. I mean, their offensive line has been completely decimated. They pretty much reinserted an entire offensive line over the last couple of weeks. Now, Colton McKivitz is active for tonight. He was questionable, so that will help. I mean, he is one of their starters. Obviously, Trent Williams is done. Banks is done. Backup left tackle Jalen Moore is done. Third string left tackle Spencer Burford is done. I mean, they're hurting. And this could be a good opportunity for the Lions to kind of just pin their ear backs and just test out a few things. So one thing that I am expecting is I'm expecting AG to probably just try a few things tonight. Does that make sense? Like, if this game really doesn't mean a whole lot, why not try a few new wrinkles on your defense? You've got all these new guys inserted everywhere. Maybe you try a few different blitzes. Don't put a ton on tape, but maybe you try a different way of getting to the quarterback. Maybe you do something unique in the back end in the secondary. Maybe you have 6 DBs on the field for once. I don't know, but I'm hoping to see some new stuff tonight. On the offensive side of the ball, I think it's just business as usual. I think that they're going to do what they do. I don't think that Ben Johnson is going to do a ton of trick plays unless, for some odd reason that we're not winning this game. I love the trick plays. I absolutely do. I'm not a poo-pooer of the trick plays. I just don't like them at the wrong time, or I don't like them when you're up by 20. Like that's a play like the last couple of weeks or last week when they did the what they call it, the stumble bum. Like that was a play you should have saved. I'm glad that we got to see it, but that's a play that probably would have been best suited in the playoffs. When you needed a play, when you needed something. But hey, cat's out of the bag now. He needs what's it say? My best friend is Hawaiian. He needs Honolulu Blue Mud. I don't know what that is, buddy. I got Honolulu Blue Brew. I got some of that. You can visit the buymeacoffee.com/rocked-on and get your Honolulu Blue Brew. And we'll be releasing a couple more, like I said, this week. Two more flavors. I'm going to do an espresso roast and then a medium roast. So it's not as heavy as the Triumph. But I think everyone that's had the Triumph would agree it's not heavy. Even though it's a medium dark roast, it is so smooth. And I do a third cup of beans, grind it up, and I do about, number 10 on your coffee for the water level, however many ounces that is, 40 ounces maybe. And it makes a perfect batch of coffee every time. Love it. Let's see here. How much do we see Mosley tonight? That is a great question, Trace. Do we even see him tonight? I haven't heard anything about him all week. Have you guys heard anything about Emmanuel Mosley? Because I certainly haven't. And quite honestly, I'm a bit surprised. He is somebody that needs to get some snaps. Talking about coffee, I do got some coffee. I should probably drink some because I'm going to have to stay up tonight. Holy shit, that's hot. Sorry. Yeah, I haven't heard anything either. It's just one of those, I don't know. It's like he's been forgotten. You know, there was some talk that he was playing pretty well in practice, doing pretty well in practice a couple weeks ago. We thought that he was going to get in the last game. Nothing. You would think that this is a week that maybe we're going to see a little bit more of him. You know, it is against his former team, too. I'm sure he would love to get out there. I mean, that's pretty much the last time he played. Was in a 49ers uniform, you know, albeit, you know, a couple of snaps for the Lions against the Panthers, and then he got injured against the Panthers. You know, the season before that, that was when he was a 49er. He hasn't really played since then. It's been like 3 seasons. Rotundi says he expects the 49ers to play good. Now they still have a pretty good defense, right? They still have a pretty good defense. So I do expect a little bit from them. Great Lakes State guy says, I've heard that he's physically fine, talking about Mosley. Mentally, he's not, playing reserved. You know, the ghost, right? That's what I call them. They're the ghosts, the injury ghosts. When you suffer as much injury as Mosley has gone through over the last 3 years, he probably is a little bit timid. He's probably worried about getting injured again. And when you haven't played football in that long, that was my number one reason for not wanting him back. It wasn't because I disliked the guy. It's not because I didn't like what he put on tape before he became a Lion. It was because of that very reason. If that is true, that's the reason. Is because when you go through that much injury and you've been away from football that long, are you even going to be able to come back? And what condition are you really going to be in? Mentally. Physically, he can get back. But mentally, are you going to be able to wrap your head around what you used to do? And you've aged 3 years. You know, age for football players is a real thing. You know, just a couple of years can separate you in this business. It's crazy. Unless you're a quarterback, apparently you can play till you're 45 years old now. Let's see. Mark Baylor says he's been back long enough. He better be more involved. It'd be nice to see him get in the game. It really would. Need to score early tonight. Control the game, says Precision Staining. I would second that motion. You got my vote. Absolutely. Darius Smith says they must not. That was a while ago. I apologize. I'm not sure what we're talking about there at that moment. Warner Ryu of MDES says the coffee rocks. Yeah, if you guys haven't tried the Honolulu Blue Brew coffee, you got to get your hands on it. I promise you, it goes to a good cause. Obviously, it goes to Rock Down Cancer Foundation, all the proceeds. But it is truly some of the best coffee. And as soon as I can get better pricing, we'll be able to get better pricing for everybody. That's the goal. But it is worth the amount that you pay. I promise you. Brett, that's a different type of Honolulu Blue. I don't have that type. You might want to visit your local dispensary for that kind. I only have coffee beans. That's it. So let's see what we got for NFL news tonight surrounding these 49ers real quick. On the 49ers wire tonight. Let's see what they're saying. So the 49ers activated a rookie linebacker for the game. They also claimed a cornerback off of waivers from the Titans. And this happened today. So the 49ers are a bit busy on Monday ahead of tonight's showdown with the Lions. In an expected move, they placed offensive lineman Aaron Banks on IR, who was dealing with an MCL injury he suffered in Week 16. And head coach Kyle Shanahan said that the starting left guard would miss the final 2 regular season games. And then he placed him on IR officially, obviously making room to add some players. And that's where they claimed. Who did they claim? They activated linebacker Tatum Bethune off of IR. That was kind of the lateral move there. Not really lateral, but you know what I'm saying. And then they claimed Trey Avery off of waivers from the Tennessee Titans. I do not know anything about Avery, except that he was an undrafted rookie for Tennessee back in 2022. He has played in 38 games with 5 starts in his 2+ seasons of work now with Tennessee. He has 54 tackles, 11 pass breakups. Wow. An undrafted rookie, 38 games, 11 pass breakups. That's pretty solid over 38 games. Like, that's real solid. Special teamer. He's probably going to be playing in a lot of special teams roles tonight, and obviously going to be somehow helping out where Charvarius Ward is not active for the game. He's done for the season. So San Francisco also elevated defensive lineman Alex Barrett from the practice squad for the second time this season. He's going to add depth along the defensive line for the 49ers tonight. So, I mean, the 49ers are kind of in a big pickle, right? Kind of like we are. The difference is, and I think you guys would all agree with me here, and ladies, the difference between the 49ers and the Lions, and I'm not saying anything negative about Kyle Shanahan. I think he's a great coach. I think it's the way that the Lions have set up this team, and, of course, the coaching and the development that surround our players. There's a reason why we are able to go deeper and deeper and deeper into the water and into the depth chart, and other teams can't. So again, where I'm pumping my chest and disagreeing with people out there, other content creators, other media people, and I say, you don't buy a team. You build the team through the draft. Don't blow your wad on a $30 million defensive end or 2. Get them in the draft. Keep finding guys in the draft. Because at some point, you will be able to add those pieces that you need. But without drafting the right way, you do not have a team like we have right now that is deep. And deep enough to continue on with the season that we've had with all these injuries. That's the difference between this Detroit Lions team and this Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes led organization and everybody else. Nobody else is doing what the Lions are doing right now. So they can all learn something, especially the Bears. They have been trying to buy a team, it seems like, for 20 years. And Ryan Poles buying another team, again, over the last couple of seasons, has not amounted to anything. That used to be us. Just go back and look at the old teams that we had. It was few and far between that we actually had a good team, right? And when we had a good team, it seemed like 2014, right, was one. It seemed like that team was the culmination of a couple of drafts and, getting a couple of players in free agency, exactly like we're doing now. The drafts, 4 drafts in a row, Brad Holmes knocked it out the park. And then you pick up a couple of players in free agency. It's the recipe. It always has been. So just let Brad continue to cook. Big shout out to Robert Cookin here. Just elevated his membership level to the elite club level, which means he's going to get coffee now monthly. So the monthly box is every month we send out a 12-ounce bag of the coffee, which is the same coffee that we sell on Buy Me a Coffee for the Rock Down Cancer Foundation. And then we put some little things in, those boxes like Lions stickers or Lions merch, whatever. Now for December, when I sent out everybody's first box that was part of the program for 60 days or more, I put a few extra things in some, or all the boxes really, because it was, it was December, it's Christmas time. But moving forward, we need to re-up our merch pile from Pro Sports Zone. We need to get hooked up again so we can start sending out some more cool boxes here in January, coming up here just in a couple of days. So big shout out to you, buddy. Appreciate you, Robert Cook, for being a part of Rock Down Detroit Lions. Appreciate you for being a member tonight. Let's get you the Amik big hit.
On 3rd and 14, Jones has got it, setting up a screen, and it's blown up. Oh, my goodness. Amik Robertson just sent ETN back to Jacksonville.
So tomorrow at some point, Robert, I will drop a members only message, and it'll have access to the Voxer Chat, which is just Lions fans. That's all it is. It's just Lions fans connecting, talking. It's, from what I've heard, it's been one of the best chats for Lions fans to just be able to conversate, meet people at games, visit tailgates, whatever. But having just good open conversation about your Detroit Lions each and every day, the Voxer Chat really allows you to do that. So again, welcome in, Robert. Appreciate you being a supporter of the channel. All right, so we got just a few more minutes here, and then I'm going to take a break. I'm going to eat, and then we're going to get rolling on this live stream. Lions are up here in about 15 minutes. So what is the prediction for tonight? What are you guys thinking for a score? Who's going to be the Rocks Locks of the night? Because I did not put out the Rocks Locks tonight. And the reason why I've been so hesitant to put them out is because I have no idea what's going to happen tonight. I'm a little bit worried that, I'm not worried that our players would think that this game is meaningless. I'm just worried about the game plan and that maybe we're not going to be the same team we have been because the game is kind of eh. But then again, Dan Campbell's not that kind of guy. So I'm like stuck in the middle. Like, do I expect all these guys to have a good day? I do. So here's what I'm going to roll with. Tim Patrick. I think he's going to have a bigger night tonight because he's going to be a bigger part of the plan. You throw the ball to the other guy that takes some of the work away and some of the hits away and the potential for injury away from Amon-Ra St. Brown and Jamison Williams. So I think that Tim Patrick is going to have at least 50, 60 yards tonight in a TD. Maybe 5 catches on the night. That's where I'm rolling. I think that Brock Wright is going to have a bigger opportunity, especially in and around the red zone. Maybe instead of running the ball in all the time around the red zone, we might see some more short action passing tonight. So I think between Brock Wright and Sam Laporta, you're going to see a little bit more action. So I'm going to give Brock Wright a TD tonight. I think there's a great possibility. And Riley, if you're listening, you might as well just write these down because I know you're going to check me on it, whether I'm right or I'm wrong. Sam Laporta, I'm going to go ahead and give him, a 50-yard game, probably 4 or 5 catches, and I'm going to give him a TD. Who else is going to wake up tonight for the Detroit Lions? Well, when you look at the depth chart, who's left? You got Amon-Ra St. Brown. Of course, we have Jamison Williams. I'm just wondering how much they're going to get involved all night. I do believe, of course, J-Mo's going to get involved, right? Of course, Amon-Ra St. Brown's going to get involved a little bit. But maybe we see a little bit of Allen Robinson tonight. Maybe he gets more of an opportunity to get in this game. But I think from the very beginning, at least for the first half, you'll see J-Mo getting involved. I'm going to give him a 60-yard night. He might surprise me and catch an 80-yard bomb again tonight. I'm going to give Amon-Ra at least a 60-yard night. So I think everyone's just going to kind of have an average night. If Jared Goff throws for more than 230 yards tonight, I'm going to be really surprised. And so then I think that, this game is on the back of Jahmyr Gibbs. So I'm going to give Jahmyr Gibbs a touchdown. He's probably going to get at least 60 yards on the night. And then hopefully we'll see a little bit more of the backups, a little bit more of Craig Reynolds. But I don't know. This could go the other way. It could completely go the other way, and we could just go in and want to embarrass the crap out of these guys and put up a 50 burger and go home. It's a hard game to call. I'm probably not going to get anything right tonight, and I'm okay with that. As long as the Lions get out of this game healthy, that's the only thing that I care about. That's it. Waymo needs 1,000 yards, says Deck Peck. So what does that mean? So what does he need tonight? What does he need tonight? I can't remember where he's at right now. Let's see. JMO is 890. So he needs 111 yards to break 1,000. So JMO, that 50, 60 yard night, like I was talking about, gets him halfway there. And then, yeah, you can expect in the Vikings game, JMO's going to go hog wild. He's going to have a great game next week. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. So that's my calls for the night. I'll see you guys back here in about 15 minutes. I think that there's a redirect. So if you're watching this a little bit late, if you're just now joining, there will be a redirect when this is done, or you can just tap on the redirect and it'll bring you into the waiting room for the live stream. We'll be up and rolling here in probably like 6 or 7 minutes. I just gotta scarf some food and we're gonna get rolling and get the channel up, and we'll see you guys back here in just a few moments. All right. See you guys shortly. Remember, share it with a friend. It's mini helmet giveaway night. Don't be stingy. Let your friends know. It's mini helmet giveaway night. As soon as I can find where, there we go.
Big guys in the huddle, man, talking football. NFL, college, man, they cover it all. Feel the tension, prediction, and a call. Fantasy life, and rise or fall. Talking football night and day. NFL and college, hey, hey. Bets and stats, they don't play. Fantasy champs on our way. Guitars, roaring hearts, beating fast. Catch a pass, score, man, have a blast. Three voices, keeping it clear. Listen up, the season's here. Guitars, roaring hearts, beating fast. Catch a pass, score, man, have a blast. Three voices, keeping it clear. Listen up, the season's here. Talking football night